Hello everybody, if it's your first time with us today, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to dive into continuing our series on tactics, coming up with ways of winning material, saving our game, winning these games, and what we're going to be looking at today is how to perform the X-ray attack. So get out those X-ray specs, get your Superman powers activated, and let's see how we can use the X-ray attack to win some chess games. Now, what is an X-ray attack? Well, let's take a look at our first position here today. We'll be playing with the white pieces, and an X-ray attack is an attack which occurs through another opponent's piece. So we're attacking a square that is on the other side of a rank, a file, or a diagonal from a piece that's in the middle that the opponent has. So what do we mean by that? Well, let's take a look here. White to move, and we actually have checkmate and two moves. So go ahead and take a look, pause the video, and see if you can find the move for white. How do we deliver checkmate in two moves? Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. What's the move here? Queen to e8. And this is our X-ray attack. So the queen is of course attacking the king. Black could capture the queen with his rook, but the X-ray comes because our rook defends our queen through the opponent's piece. It's going through that opponent's rook. That's our X-ray, seen through to the square that we want to cover, so that after rook takes queen, of course we play rook takes rook, and that's checkmate. That's all she wrote. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next position here. Now we have the black pieces in our next position, and we're going to continue with this theme of the X-ray. Now, not only can the X-ray be used to attack, but it can also be used to defend. So what's going on in this position? Well, white has just played rook to d8, and it's a real doozy of a move. He's attacking our king with check, of course, and also forking the rook on c8. If we choose to take his rook, well, that's not going to be very good for us because he can recapture and make a queen, and suddenly things look very, very bad. We're going to lose this game for black. So how can we defend in this position two moves before that? So white just played rook d8, and how can we use the theme of the X-ray to defend our position? Well, the move this time is going to be moving our rook on e2 back to e8. So what's going on here? Well, the idea is that our rook, of course, stops the check against the king, and the X-ray is a defensive maneuver to connect our two rooks through the opponent's rook. So even though black can capture our rook on c8, we can take back, and now our king is going to be able to march over. We will win this pawn and the game. Not only that, but we also have these lovely passed pawns, and black will manage to win. So not only can that X-ray be used for attack, but it can also be used for defense, a very important thing to keep in mind as you go through your games. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more puzzle here. Make sure that we have the idea of the X-ray attack totally down pat. So now we have the white pieces again. It's white to move. Pause the video, take a look at this position. We've looked at a couple of X-rays already, and see if you can find the move. How can white win some material here and get an advantage in the game? Well, hopefully you've paused, taken a look for it. Let's go ahead and show that move. What's happening in this position here, first of all? Well, our bishops are eyeing each other here along the diagonal, and there's some pressure that black has down this d file because of our backwards d pawn. We're pressuring the other diagonal. It's a pretty dynamic looking game right now. But white has a way to break through right away, and that's going to be the move. Knight takes b7. And what's going on with this move? Well, in the last two we saw X-rays along the rank and the file. Now we have an X-ray occurring along the diagonal. Our bishop actually defends the b7 square even with black's bishop in the middle, and of course if black captures the knight, we can play bishop takes bishop, and we will have won a pawn and have a very nice game. If black doesn't capture the knight, if he chooses to take our bishop instead, well, that would be a big blunder, of course, because our knight is forking the rook and the queen, and we'll gladly take that queen. Either one of these we're more than happy with, and we'll go on to win a nice game. So those are our X-ray attacks. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section below. I hope that this has helped you out to figure out what an X-ray attack is and how you can use it in your games to come. Hopefully those X-rays will show you the path to victory. Best of luck.